Hi guys, and welcome back to another video Game with Powers. I'm Jake.
I'm Sierra.
And in today's video, we'll be giving you our thoughts and review of the 3 games in the Tiny Game series coming to you from Envy Board Games. And those games are Sirens, Defrag, and 16 Candies. We just want to give another huge shout out and thank you to Envy Board Games for sending us a demo copy of all of this stuff to feature on our channel. The Kickstarter campaign is going on right now for all of these games. I believe at the time of posting this video, there's going to be about 12 or 13 days left in that Kickstarter campaign. You can pick each game up individually for $15, or you can get all 3 for $40. And if you do, it's going to come in a nice art designed box. It's going to come in a better box than this white one. It's going to have a nice design on the box, and you're also going to get some cool little goodies for each individual game. But let's go ahead and jump right in, and we're going to give our thoughts and opinions on Sirens, Defrag, and then we'll show you how to play 16 Candies very quickly, and then we'll give a talk about that. But let's go ahead and start with, let me pull the game out here. Let's go ahead and start with Sirens, okay? So Sirens is a, what you call it, a card placement game? Almost like it's a drafting game where you're going to be selecting cards out of your hand, passing it back and forth, kind of like Sushi Go Party, and you're going to be creating a song that's going to have different things like parts and charms and colors and things like that, and you're going to score points at the end, and it's basically the best 2 out of 3. Whoever song scores the most points is going to be the winner. So I'll go ahead and start with you. What are your thoughts on Siren as a game, and did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I like this game. I think it was cute. Our initial playthrough was a little confusing when we were trying to get the scoring, but after one shot of it, it makes it pretty easy to follow. It was a cute game. I liked it. I liked how the song actually looks like it can flow at the end, and you said you can like scan it.
Yeah, they're gonna have like an app that they're going to bring out, like, once the Kickstarter campaign is over, that you could scan
the song and actually listen to it. I think that would be awesome. I took a picture of the best song that I had made for us to try and see if that'll work to scan it. But no, I liked it. I really liked this game. I think this one out of the 3 was my favorite.
Yeah, I think I would have to agree with you on that. I like the game is cool. It's a nice, cool little theme bundled up. It plays very quickly. Mm-hmm. It's a short, fast 1 to 2 player game. Like Sierra did say, for us, there's like 4 different like scoring sections of the game, and one of them, it was called like the parts. That was just kind of the confusing one, and actually one of the creators or somebody from Envy Board Games commented on our video that like I had a mistake with the parts, so it was like I thought you had to score like a 3-part section of your song, but your song just has to have 3 different parts in it to be able to score. So that was my confusion. So that part is a little confusing, but other than that, again, I think it's a cool game for 2 players. I think it's made for 2 players. Nice small box, can carry it around wherever you want to go. Short, fast game, and definitely we enjoy it. All right, guys, let's talk about the next one. Now, she hasn't really got to test this one out, but I have. This is Defrag, okay? Defrag is a puzzly tile laying game. It's very similar to Mind Your Business, where you're going to have a grid of these cards, and what you're trying to do is you're going to play a card from your hand, and then based upon where you played it, you'll be able to rotate other cards, and you're trying to consolidate these icons that are on the top of every card into just one stack, and then you're going to score those stacks at the end of each after 4 rounds. So at the end of a round, you'll choose one file type, which there's 4 file types in the game. You'll choose one and score that one exclusively if there's only 1 stack. If there's more than 1 stack, then that file type does not score. So I played this. I think you might actually enjoy this. This game, Defrag, I think is definitely geared for a solo player. They do say it on the Kickstarter campaign that this just shines as a solo game. Now, you can play it as 2 players, but you have to have this additional deck with you. And what's cool about this game, though, is they have a scenario booklet with 40 different scenarios that you can play solo, co-op, or competitive as well. This one, it reminded me of Mind Your Business, which is a game that like I hate to love because I'm terrible at the puzzly, tile-y, laying stuff, but I did enjoy the concept of the game of you play a card and then based upon where you play it, if the other file types match around the cards, and I'll just get it out and I'll show you so you can kind of see what I'm talking about visually. So like each of the sides of the card have a different file type. So you play this card, and I'll show you all here. Play this card, and if it matches on any of the sides, then you'll be able to rotate all the cards around it to get to where you want to. And then in the middle of the card is a action that you can take when whatever direction the arrow is. You can choose one card in that row or column and slide it up and down, and that's how you get it to stack. So it is very thinky. It is very puzzly, but I do think this game will really appeal to the solo players. You will definitely enjoy Defrag. All right, moving on to the last one, guys. We have 16 Candies, all right? 16 Candies is a set collection game for 2 to 4 players. We're going to go ahead and jump down to the table real quick. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of how the game plays, and then we'll be back up top to share our thoughts. All right, guys, so we're down here at the table where we have everything set up for a game of 16 Candies, and it's simple. What you're going to do is take the deck, shuffle the deck. You would deal 3 cards to each player, and then put the rest of the cards in the middle. You'll flip one card over, and this is going to be the discarded card. The point of the game is what you're trying to do is collect sets of matching candies, okay? And so on your turn, you see there's a bottom and a top to the card. Whatever is on the top is the candy that is going to be associated with that card. So here we got marshmallow bunnies, gummy bears, and hearts. On your turn, you can also flip or rotate the cards to get the top half and you need. So for me, this will probably be the best scenario. What's actually funny, this is an immediate win. That's kind of awesome. And we'll talk about that in a sec. But what you're trying to do is get all the same candy on top. And then when you think you have more of one set of candy than your opponent, you will yell, "I got candy." And then you're basically going to check to see who has the most. And if you have more than your opponent, then what you're going to do is you will gain some licorice tokens as your health pool, and your opponent is going to lose health pool, whatever is in their penalty is what they call it, in the top left of the card. So the game, the way the flow actually works is on your turn, you can draw either a card from the discard pile or the deck, and then you must discard a card. You must always have 3 cards in your hand, or you can yell, "I've got candy." Once you yell, "I got candy," your opponent gets one more turn to try and get their score up as high as possible, and then y'all will reveal your cards. And like I said, whoever the winner is will get 2 pieces of licorice as their health pool, and the loser will lose everything in their penalty. Now, if you happen to have a 4, 5, and 6 of a set, this is considered an immediate win, and you just reveal your hand, and you are automatically the winner of the game. What's also cool about this game is they say in the rulebook, if you do not want to use any of these nice little candy tokens here, you can use actual candy as your health pool. But that is a quick, brief overview of how to play 16 Candies. So we'll catch you back up top here for our thoughts and opinions. All right, so Sierra, what do you think about 16 Candies?
I think it's a really cute game. It's not really like a game that we've played before, besides the fact that it's kind of a set collection, but that you have to flip them, and
yeah.
I thought it was cute take, and I love the little candies and artwork on the candy. I think it's super cute. But yeah, I think it could go a little long, as we saw, if we just keep going back and forth, where like the candies are kind of evening out. But I do overall think it's a good game. It's cute.
Yeah, I agree so what you said. I think that like it kind of loses its luster a little bit after, like you said, a while, where if you're just constantly going back and forth, you're like, oh, well, I'm gaining what I'm losing essentially. And like you kind of, I don't want to say you get bored, but like I think it loses the excitement and luster of the game.
I don't know if you mentioned this, but the the game keeps going. You keep playing rounds until one person's completely out of candy.
Yeah.
So you start with 16 candies. So to lose 16 candies can just, especially if you play, like, if you don't lose a whole lot, if you're playing safe each round, then that's what can make it go long too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think with 16 candies, I think this is more of a like 3 to 4 player game than a 2 player game.
Yeah.
And so that's really that. But other than that, I love the uniqueness of the game, it being a set collection game, how you can either do top or bottom, how it gets split in half. And so the theme is kind of cute and funny, being able to use actual candy overall.
One thing I was going to say is when you're playing with a 3 or 4 player game, you don't always lose candy if you're the lowest. Like, if you're not the lowest, if you're like in the middle. I thought that was a cute, like, different play on it versus 2 player. One of us is always losing candy, one of us is always gaining it. But in a 3 or 4 player, if you end up in the middle, you don't exactly lose anything. So.
Yeah. What's really cool is what I noticed is I think, like, I don't know if they did this on purpose, then this is awesome. But if you kind of think about it, like, I think each game in this series is specifically designed for a certain play count. Like Sirens is really good at 2 players.
It is 2 player, right?
Yeah, it's 1 to 2 player.
Oh,
you can play solo.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it shines better as a 2 player than a solo game. You look at Defrag, right? It's 1 to 2 players, but it really shines as a solo game. 16 Candies, it's 2 to 4 players, but I think it really shines at a 3 to 4 player count. So, like, if you are a gamer, I think this is a good little box series for you because you have a solo game, you have a 2 player game, and then you have a 3 to 4 player game. And again, like, all these games are very small and they all fit in this nice little box there. But okay, so I kind of gave some of my summations about all 3 games. What are your summations of all 3 games? Like I said, you can pick this up for $15 per game. Or you can get the bundle for $40. So would you get all 3 games or just recommend a certain game out of all these 3? What are you thinking here?
I think I'd go ahead and get all 3, kind of for the same reason you said.
All right, guys. Well, look, we are definitely recommending the Tiny Game series from Emery Board Games. We do want to stress that this by no means is a paid promotion at all. We are not getting paid to review this content or talk about any of this content at all. We are just very fortunate enough that they are sending us content so that we can have on our channel. But there it is, guys. We do definitely recommend you picking this up. I'm going to go ahead and back this and get the nice little, all the little goodies and extras that we got to it. And this is a cool little pocket games that you can take anywhere which you want. But I think definitely for both of us, the game that really shines for us is definitely Sirens. I think is gonna...
I do think I'd like 16 Candles on it though.
Yeah, Candies.
Candies, yeah.
I said candles.
You were calling it 16 Candles. That's
was
why
I saying candles? Alright, guys, well, that is everything for the Tiny Game series and our thoughts and opinions. Again, you can check out the Kickstarter campaign going on right now. We'll put a link in the description below. Game has about 12 to 13 days left. Definitely go ahead and check that out and give it a watch. Alright, guys, if you enjoyed this content, please go ahead and drop a like for us. Please go ahead and help us out by subscribing so we can keep giving you more awesome content. And as always, y'all have a great one. Bye.
Bye.